It's been 2 months now that I'm in Paris, like full time in Paris. Not like I'm staying a week and then I'm gonna hoe around because I cannot hold it anymore. Now it's been 2 months. Oh my fucking god. Vraiment, it made me realize why I left in the first place. AKA too much stress, too much depression, too much. It's too big. It's gonna be a rant, just like French people do. Ranting, complaining. I'm gonna do the exact same thing, and I'm gonna disgust you from wanting to move to Paris. There's poop everywhere. People are not really super nice. Okay, this might be something that is really coming from the north, because when you go to the south of France, already people are more chatty. They're like, hey, how are you? What is it that you want? There's the tutoiement and no the vouvoiement. So the tutoiement is when you address someone. We don't have that in English, as if it's my mother tongue, n'importe quoi. But we don't have that in English, where it's like tu, as in like tu is more familiarity. Vous is sort of like respect, detachment. It's like, oh, we're more respectful. In the south of France, in Marseille, for example, it's always like, bon, qu'est-ce que tu veux? What do you want? As in like, we're humans. We're sort of like, we're equals, In France, there's really like a lot of vous. So when you arrive with a tu mentality, it's already challenging because people are like, hello, you owe me respect. We don't know each other. And I'm like, well, tu or vous, we still owe each other respect. It's not because I talk to you with tu that we're, buddies or anything. It's just, it makes it more approachable. For me, it's more approachable to say tu than it is to say vous. Oui, merci, vous aussi. Ah bah merci, toi aussi. It's like, we can already unclench our buttholes. Bref, there's that. People are depressed. People don't look at you. People are like, very like poo-poo caca, And of course, complaining a lot. I'm overhearing sometimes conversations in the metro. My goodness gracious. The only times I had to take the metro in the morning around, let's say 7:30, 8 a.m. Thanks God it didn't happen that many times. Jesus, it's Monday. You are alive. You have another chance to go to work. You have a job. You have a body that allows you to go to the fucking metro. You have money to buy your fucking tickets. What else do you need? You know what I mean? Putain, I went full French, genre in like 3 minutes. But being here really made me realize how I took that energy. I swallowed that energy a bit. Even the way I walk, everything is so fucking fast. You walk. It's not even you walk. It's like, the speed walking that the Nordics do? We're only missing the canes, the sticks. Là, c'est pareil. And people just don't look where they go. So it's like, move, bitch, get out the way. Sort of like feeling. Which is very annoying. Even when you run on Sunday, it's beautiful, it's sunny. People are like, move! In the way they run. Not even saying it out loud. Nobody's really like super flexible. And it really made me realize, I don't want to stay here. Regardless of like the international scene and doing so many different things in the industry and whatever, it really made me realize that I don't want to compromise on a city where there's not a lot of sun, there's no water apart from La Seine, but we see a lot of dead people in La Seine. True story, okay? And especially people who are not calm, chill, who take their time. I can't. I really can't. So I felt that a bit in the Netherlands, I think. And I think that maybe in every sort of like Nordic country. And anyone could argue that you can bring the heat. I did for 10 years. Even in my work, I was always the one coming up with ideas of being together, team buildings, organizing events for the interns when I was working at Nike and all these kinds of things. I've done that for 10 years. And I think now I just want to enjoy somebody else do that for me, or be in an environment that has already all of that, where it's like, it's taken care of, there's slowness, people walk slow, people come together to have food, to chat, to just talk about life, and even if they talk shit, just like the two guys who are behind me. They're very loud. I have no idea what they're saying, but it's like they're having fun, more joy, And I'm gonna keep bringing that anyways, anywhere I go. But now I want the sun. I want the view on the beach. I want the water. I want Giuseppe to tell me ciao Sabrina, come stai oggi? You know, I want a place where I can practice my Italian because hello, it's been 2 years that I'm speaking Italian and I finally want to put that to use. You know, something where everything is slow, where you can work slow, where you can just go to people and be like, hey, ciao, you bring your own food, whatever. But you just sit down, enjoy life. And this is something that I think that got to me the last 2-3 years. And that's why it's been 2-3 years now that I wanted to move out of the Netherlands. I always go to this little village in Sardinia. I'm not going to tell you because then you're going to go there. I mean, who cares anyways, because there's more and more tourists in this little village, which is shit. People have to go everywhere. Anyways, this village is called Orosei. Orosei. For me, it's home. Really. I went there in September again. It's been 5 years. Huh? Talk about routines, talk about Aquarius. We're like, I don't like routines. Oh, but I do need routines. But I fucking hate routines. Voilà, this is my routine. And when I went there in September, I really realized, putain, this is really like, it's home. I feel good. I feel like I can just like, and you know, we have our little pizzeria, Arina, best pizzeria in town. She recognized us. I mean, we go there every fucking year and over maybe 12 days of holiday, we ate there 7-8 times. Fat fucks, you know. But then they recognize us. And even going to the shops, doing groceries and everything, it's like, oh, you see each other, you know. And for the first time, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to talk to these people. People respond so easily. They tell you, buonanotte, buonasera, buongiorno, come stai? You know, they talk to you, they take their time, even in the way they talk, even if in the way they address to you or ask you what it is that you want. It's like, what do you want, in a nice, kind, polite, smiley way, which is such a game changer compared to Paris for sure, Amsterdam even more. And I'm like, why can't we just be like that? Again, I'm gonna go back to God and I'm gonna be like, we must be watching us from up there and be like, how, guys? How? I gave you everything. How are you not being polite and kind and loving and caring to each other? But then I'm also like, well, if you're not any of that to yourself, how can you be that to your neighbor or to anyone around you? And another thing, yesterday I was at the grocery store and there was a guy who had a lot of things in his hands and his tube of like ketchup just fell. And he was just like, you know, when you're like, okay, how the fuck do I do? And it becomes a whole mathematical problem about, okay, what do I drop? So I, you know, and I looked at his face, I looked at his body language, and I was like, hey, it's fine. I took it and I gave it to him. The way he paused at me and the way he looked at me like, merci, like flabbergasted, discombobulated that someone would help him. And I don't know, maybe we locked eyes and I was like, I feel you, bro. Don't worry. I got you covered. That's what I miss, you know? And I really wish that upon all of us to be more kind, to be more compassionate, to be more helping, you know? Je sais pas. That's the thought of the day.